You just watched the textbook video to help you make some observations. Let's go ahead and get out our notebook and take some notes. First, let's go ahead and write down how to ask what time it is. You have two options. Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? Or, il est quelle heure? Il est quelle heure? Il est quelle heure? Then to respond, it's very simple. You're going to say il est, the number, the hour, heure, and then if you have any minutes, you'll put it after heure. Let's look at some examples together. Here's just straight on the hour. Il est 4 heures. Il est 8 heures. So you can see that when asked the question, quelle heure est-il? To respond, you just go ahead and put the number, if it's right on the hour, right before heure. Now, if there are minutes, so it's not on the hour, you're going to go ahead and put the hour before heure and then the minutes after heure. So, il est 12h32. Il est 12h32. Il est 7h10. Il est 7h10. So again, hour comes before heure, and then you have your minutes. Now, there are a couple of special things about time. There's some other vocabulary words and ways of doing things. So you can obviously say for 11:30, you can say il est 11h30. Or you can go ahead and say il est 11h30. So it's 11:30. Both ways work just fine. A couple other things too. If you want to say it is noon, il est midi, or it is midnight, il est minuit. And you only use midi and minuit when it is exactly 12 o'clock. So when it's exactly noon or exactly midnight. Finally, let's talk about military time, or the 24-hour clock. It is used in France. Obviously, this is definitely used in military, and it's used in other places around the world. It's great for schedules, for TV guides, for school schedules, train and buses, airplanes. And that way, what's great about it is that you don't have to worry about the AM or the PM. So for AM, you'll use hours 1 through 12. And then for PM, you'll use hours 13 through 24. And obviously, if you're talking about midnight, it'd be 0. Or in English, we say 100. Right? So to figure out what the military time is, if it's over 12, like it's in the afternoon or the evening, you're simply going to add 12 to obtain that military time. So, for example, if it was 1 o'clock, I would add 12 and it would become 1300 or 13 heures. If I wanted to figure out what time it was, so for example, if somebody says il est 20 heures, so it's 2000, I would go ahead and I would subtract 12 from 20 and I would get 8 o'clock, so it's 8 p.m. A couple more things is that if you are going to be using military time, you only use numbers after the hour. So remember how we said et demi is the way to say 30 or half past? If you're using military time, if it was 1:30, you would say 13h30 and not et demi. And like I said, told you earlier, that you don't have to say du matin in the morning, de l'après-midi in the afternoon, or du soir in the evening, because the hour indicates the time of day, right? So you know exactly when it is, which is very nice. If you have questions about time, I am happy to help you with that. We're going to really be focusing on the digital time and not analog. So I know in the video they showed both an analog and a digital, and we're just going to be focusing on digital. So if you can't tell time and read a clock, no worries, as long as you can read numbers.